Hello and good afternoon to everybody who's watching this episode here. My name is Morten and I'm the editor of Inkish. During the past, I would say weeks, maybe even months, we've been very lucky to be involved with the launch of the Ricoh Pro Z75, also known as the Dragon in Europe, and we visited EMEA in France not so long time ago to be among the first to see it with a real customer. And today I have the honor of having Eef de Ridder as my guest here on Inkish. So a warm welcome to you, Eef.
Thanks, Morten. Good to see you again.
And likewise, and as we spoke about just before we turned on the camera, I guess that with the launch of both the VC80000 and the Pro Z75, it's not the worst time to be working for Ricoh these days, right?
Absolutely. No, it's very happy and exciting times for us. I think we had a very strong finish of 2023 when we announced the latest update on the Ricoh Pro Z75. As you say, it's the first B2 perfecting sheet fed inkjet press. And so after the successful beta in the US, we were very pleased and excited to have the first European installation at InnoPrint in France. And as you said, you have been there yourself. Fantastic environment, fantastic customer, very forward thinking, and we are really excited to see the first results there. And we even have already now announced just 2 weeks ago, the second installation at your surprise in the Netherlands. So very good to see. And what you said on the VC80000, that's another exciting thing which we have announced with the first worldwide beta at Sattler Media Group in Germany. So exciting times, and of course Drupa also ahead of us. So keeps us busy, keeps us from the street.
Yes, definitely. And I must say, as an add-on to the visit at EMEA is, for those who don't know them, it's a very successful online printer. But if you compare to other online printers that have a mixed environment of digital and analog, they have decided to go all in on digital. And they have a continuous feed from Ricoh, and they also have now the Pro Z75, and they also have a few other brands in the portfolio. But it seems that it's also a very, very good customer side for Ricoh, because they are like really utilizing the digital transformation to the fullest extent. And speaking about that, now when we have the talk about the digital transformation and also talk about the products you have here, I guess that when you develop something that is as exciting as both the Pro Z75 and the VC80000, you don't do it just for fun. I take that it is part of a strategic perspective for you guys, isn't it?
No, it's absolutely part of the digital transformation from our customers and of course from ourselves, where we see the largest opportunity for our customers and also for Ricoh in the offset to digital transition. And we see that the demands from end customers are going towards quicker turnaround times, more personalized, individualized products. There is also the issue of a lack of skilled labor, which is kicking in for. That are all trends which play in the strengths of digital printing and certainly high-speed inkjet. So we have always been committed to evolving our portfolio to help customers, print service providers to be in the best position to respond to market and client demands. And we absolutely are convinced with the addition now of the VC80000 and the Pro Z75, we and also our customers are ready and future-proofed to take advantage of the growth opportunities in the market.
And it is one thing is that you talk about the analog to digital transformation, but I can't help think about it and always joke a little bit, both now with you, but also with your colleagues, that if you look at being the first with a B2 duplex inkjet machine. Basically, also interesting if you come from the toner world, because now you have a really viable alternative because the operational cost is lower. Is that something that is also, I mean, of course you do it on purpose, but is also the strategy is also to see that, okay, let's see if we can gain some market shares from some of the other players in the market?
Yes, of course. It's focused really on the offset to digital transition. Mm-hmm. But of course, you will also see that it will take volumes from other technologies, existing toner technologies or other high-speed inkjet technologies on the market. So, yeah, I think that you will see that will happen. But of course, yeah, inkjet is key critical for us, but it will not take away our focus on continue to invest and develop in our great toner, Kachi toner portfolio, and what you also have seen.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that sometimes we are so excited about inkjet that sometimes we forget the toner. But I guess that when it comes to number of machines in the market, still toner is way more machines in the market compared to any inkjet supplier, right? So we cannot forget. And just before you released the Z75, you also released new updates to both the 9 and the 7 series, right? So just not to forget about that. No. I was a little bit curious because a lot of let's say the digital producers of machines have during the COVID realized that the office segment has become weaker because people are working from home or everything has changed. And in Ricoh, you supply both the office and let's say the professional segment. How important is the professional business in relation to Ricoh's overall business?
Very important, and certainly for the growth of Ricoh. Nevertheless, what we sell into the office environment is still by far the largest part of the Ricoh revenue. In office equipment, but also in office services. And certainly that latter part is a fast growing element of the Ricoh business, because of course we acknowledge with the changes going on in the office environment, more people working from home, and that has an impact on the printing of on multifunctional printers in the office environment. So Ricoh has to proactively act on that. They do that with offsetting that with new office services we deliver. But another key growth pillar for Ricoh is, production printing, professional printing, where, as you might remember, we only started 15 years ago.
Because you are kind of the new player in the playground. Because I mean, as far as I remember, you got into the business by acquiring. In the beginning, it was only a part of IBM's InnoPrint, and then you took over the entire division, right, or something like that, wasn't it? Like that?
Yeah, no. We took 49% share in 2007, and we took the whole share of IBM InnoPrint in 2010. So that was a key pillar for inorganic growth, which brought us into the high-speed inkjet world, but even more importantly, also into the world of production software with Ricoh Process Director, which is still a very much appreciated solution for our customers. But we did more acquisitions there. We had acquired Danka, which was kind of the codec reseller, which brought us.
I remember now. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true.
But it was also the one. But and we kind of at Drupa 2008, we kind of kicked off our interest into the production printing space, and I still know the former. Responsible for the production printing business, Peter Williams. You might remember him still. He was standing there in front of the analysts and journalists saying that Ricoh wants to be one of the major players in production print within 5 to 10 years. And I think that a lot of people in that room were sniffling a bit. No, Ricoh, office printing. What about production? But I think if you look back, we are extremely proud that it happened. We are, I think, I can say humbly, we are one of the major players now in production printing, both in the high-speed cut sheet toner area, in the high-speed inkjet area, and in the whole software professional services arena. I think if you look back, we have the revenue we generated from production print for Ricoh was kind of non-existing in 2008, and now it represents 12 to 13% of the total revenue of Ricoh worldwide. So it's really important and growing business for Ricoh.
And I can't help think about this, Eef, when you talk about walking down memory lane and the good old days. I was just about to say, I can't help think about, because it's entirely true that you are the new kid on the block, and I can't remember, or I can't think of that. Help think of that. At the same time, you also got involved with Heidelberg, and as a new OEM to one of the world's largest companies in the offset space. I can't remember the numbers, but it is it's several thousand units that have been sold under the Heidelberg brand. But that is, I'm not talking about Heidelberg so much in that perspective, but I think it's a kind of recognition that you as a company were like, okay, taking the opportunities and became part of these things. I think it's interesting when we talk about memory lane. Question, how long time have you worked for Ricoh yourself?
March 2008 I started. So at the start of the entrance into production print. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you can say that some of the success is also because of your effort, right?
Well, I think
teamwork. I know.
But I'm very proud to be a part of this great journey. Yeah.
That's super good to know. You said also before that of course Ricoh is continue to also be focusing on toner. I can't remember if you were first, but you were also relatively among the first to have the 7 series with clear ink and gold, silver, the neon colors, and all those fantastic opportunities. Now the toner, I think the toner industry is still very interesting. First of all, it has become like very, very high quality or things like that. But it also seems that there's an interest in developing it into larger formats or, faster speeds and things like that. I know that you can, of course, not go into any details of what is in the planning, but do you think that formats and the beyond the CMYK kind of mantra is something that is also important for customers when buying toner devices?
Yeah. Well, I think, as I said earlier, toner stays a very important part of our business where we will continue to develop it. And but it goes without saying that if you look at toner is there already for 25, 30 years we reached a certain level that you can't go much faster anymore with toner solutions. The quality is already at a great level. It cannot be improved dramatically anymore. And if you look at the cost, also you see there that it has got quite a journey from 10, 15 years ago to now. And you cannot get even more cost effective with toner. So you reached a certain ceiling on that where it still has its place. And we are absolutely convinced, and studies will show that toner is there and stay there for the future, but at a stable level. Where if you look at digital printing, the predictions of all the analysts are that will take a huge jump in the next 10 years. And for the reasons I mentioned earlier, and I think they're looking at at the digital volumes from companies like Ricoh, but also our colleagues, that will kind of double in the next 10 years. So can you imagine that?
It is quite amazing, actually, because I mean, of course, you can always say that the number of machines in every year sold in inkjet is not like a very, very high number, but I think it was in 23 in the US that for the first time there were sold more inkjet devices than analog devices. And I mean, that is a milestone. I remember, when you had more MP3 players than CD players and all those kind of measures to just see how the markets are developing. Talking about the development in the market, I mean, one thing is what you do yourself. Another thing is that customers needs to adapt to the new time here. Of course, you're dependent to some extent of how the market develops and how the printers are, let's say, accepting the new technologies, and also they have some of them still have equipment that they need to finish the depreciations or something like that. But how important do you think in that growth that you just described? How important is all the things around Ricoh?
When you look at the analysts predicting a doubling of the digital volume in the next 10 years, when the toner volume stabilizes, you can understand then where all the growth should come from, and that should come from high-speed inkjet. Because it's a kind of, it's a non-impact technology. We haven't reached the maximum of quality, media flexibility, productivity, and certainly cost, because it's a numbers game in the high-speed inkjet. But investing in high-speed inkjet is not for everybody possible. And if you talk about 100,000 printers, you can imagine
most of them are mom and pop shops, right?
That's but their customers will demand similar things, like faster turnaround, a lower cost, and so on. So, I think you will see a consolidation in the future of those printing companies. That's one. And I think the ones who are really forward-thinking, adopt the digital transformation, adapt to change, and are innovative. I think that are really the companies who will survive for the future and will become bigger and bigger also by acquisitions. So,
and I think that following up what you just said, Eef, is that if you look at, again, we go back to Print in France, a great example of a company that have really, let's say, embrace the digital platforms and technology and see a future even in the online business, where I think that 15-20 years ago when online print started, it was about gang printing and using optimizing the sheet size of offset machine. But today the operational cost and operating and the machine, like also the VC80000, which is now both faster and also therefore the productivity is higher, give those type of companies an access to high quality digital print at prices that are, let's say, not as far away as they used to be from offset. I mean, do you agree on that? On that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And don't forget about the possibility for workflow automation, which is becoming more and more important with the lack of skilled labor, the pressure on cost. If you look at a company like Realizer Print, and there are many more, their workflow automation is fantastic, and they realize that with implementing those digital high-speed devices like the VC70000 and the Z75 now, but workflow automation is also a key element in this.
And that is, of course, also like an extension to, if you look at the mega trends in the market, where smaller and smaller printer and more personalized data, maybe even the products of one, the only way you can make it profitable is, as you say, using the automation level. Is that also an area, because you mentioned some of the, let's say, software suites for like when you took over InnoPrint, but do you also have workflow solutions for, let's say, commercial printers and packaging printers in your portfolio?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think the whole suite of Ricoh Process Director there are a lot of tools in that, which will serve.
So that covers different areas. Okay,
absolutely.
fantastic. If regardless of how great the machines are from Ricoh, you have competitors. Is that? I mean, everybody I talk to always like the competition because it pushes us all forward. But how is it to? I mean, it's a very competitive area in the inkjet space. How is that for Ricoh, and how do you address it?
Yeah, if I focus here, then on the high-speed inkjet. If we talk about the Pro Z75 and the VC80000, we see, as you can imagine, we see both systems really standing out in their field. The Pro Z75 is really the first B2 perfecting aqueous inkjet sheet fed press on the market. While, if you look at the Pro VC80000, it features a wealth of market-shaping technologies. There is really an increasing demand for the delivery of fast, short turnaround work against the backdrop of higher prices, as you said, and also the skill shortage. And we are convinced that these systems will help operations really respond maximum with that capacity.
And I have to add to that, because as far as I remember, when I spoke to your colleague Sanders about the VC80000, the media diversity on your new machines are even greater than it used to be, because I think that Ricoh has always, or for a very long time, been very capable of using a lot of different substrates, also on the VC70000 and the VC70000E and things like that. So that is just an extension to what you're saying, that the media diversity, which I believe is very important for a lot of printers, is just extended with both your new machines, right?
Yeah.
Is that? I know that you're not a technical engineer or something like that, but is that in your mind, and when you talk to your Japanese colleagues, is that like something that is really a challenge and difficult to get to that level?
Yeah, no, it is challenging. You know how it works with ink and the drying and so on. But we also acknowledge the fact that for our customers, media flexibility is key. And with the Pro Z75, of course, with multiple drawers, it's even more important. Where with the Pro VC80000, it's more printing on one type of substrate, but you need to have, and you need to be able to offer a wide variety of media for our customers, and so a lot of attention going into that. And as you said already, with the VC70000, we stand out on that, and we are only expanding that further with the VC80000.
It's funny that you mentioned it, because I remember when, at some of the past Hunkler Innovation Days, where you talk to all the people that you meet, and you ask them, okay, should it be web based, or should it be a continuous feed, or should it be cut sheet? And I think that you're totally right, that when it comes to let's say the commercial printers, they like the media diversity on the cut sheet, because it's easier to open a drawer, put in new paper, and of course that I guess adds a lot of requirements to your engineers, because then it's not like 5 types of paper, it's 500 types of paper you need to test, right? So fantastic. In the beginning, you mentioned that Ricoh obviously is at Drupa, so but I think there's no reason for you to go to Drupa, right? Because you have already showed us all the new things, right?
Well, we will absolutely be at Drupa. And it's it will be great to be back at Drupa, because it has been 8 years, of course, the last Drupa in 2016. But we have so much to show and so much to talk about and share with our customers. So yes, absolutely, we will be there at Drupa. Of course, you will see there the newest hardware systems, but also software solutions. And on the hardware side, of course, the new toner devices, the Pro 9500, the Pro Z7500. But next to that, of course, you will see in the center of the show the Pro VC80000 and the Pro Z75. And we will present that from a kind of immersive theater we have in the center of the booth. We call
that sounds nice.
We call it the House of Henkaku. And there we will have very regular, during the day, fantastic show where we will talk a bit about what's happening in the market, but really introducing the new high-speed inkjet solution to our customers. So, we are looking forward to seeing old friends, seeing you, of course, meeting new friends, and we look forward to see everybody in Düsseldorf.
Last question before I think we should end this conversation here, which is nice, by the way. When you say that you go back to Drupa now, and it's 8 years since we were there the last time, does that put a new pressure on the demonstrators and the technology? I mean, because the reason I'm asking is because I have seen so many of the drawings of booths of many exhibitors today, and to me it seems that everybody is like really pushing the boundaries a little bit up to make it more interesting. So do you feel the pressure on your shoulders, Eef, or how was that?
Well, yes, of course there will be pressure, because you can imagine it's also a multi-million investment for Ricoh, and it needs to pay off. And so there is certainly pressure on that. But on the other hand, we are very excited to be able to show to our customers all those fantastic new solutions, both in hardware and software. And we have great people on the booth who are perfectly skilled in showing all the best features and benefits of our products. So there is pressure, of course, there, but I'm sure my team can handle it.
I'm sure about that too, because the people I know from Ricoh are very skilled and know their shit, so to speak, right? So with that said, I'm maybe not the finest ending, but I think Ricoh with the new machines is well positioned for a very exciting change in the market. And once again, thank you for letting us to cover the EMEA and the Pro Z75. That was fun and wonderful to be there, and also thank you for taking time to talk to me here at Inkjet. So thank you very much, Eef.
Anytime, Morten. Thank you.
Thank you, and see you soon, right? Bye.
Bye.